Yeah, we're on YouTube once again. We got it, and we have catalogs of things to discuss today on creativity. Because it's a creative mind, is a fertile mind. We will start. We will start to. We will start to share our screen for the meeting, and we thought we will have a copy of the. We thought we'll have a copy of the 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 PowerPoint presentation, but we don't have it. Share our screen. Yeah, we don't have it. Oh. So we don't have it, but we will still move on. We will still move on without it, though we're having some challenges. The point on creativity, as we are going to enunciate today, first of all, we still move on. Yeah. Challenges. The point on creativity, as well. So we, yeah. We're now, this is the point we are raising today on creativity is adversity, which is from the first quote. Yeah. On the first, so the point we're raising on creativity is on the first point, which we are going to discuss. And we're going to deal with the quote. The quote is that adversity causes some men to break, others to break records. You see, some kind of forces that can make people to break and not move forward are those things that can make people to move forward and then break records. That's the point. And we will start with initialization of the points from Malthus' economic theory of the 17th and 18th century, whereby Malthus predicted that the population explosion will overpower food production, and people will start going to hunger. But unfortunately, that's not the same, because men had to do some creativity, had to create a lot of instances that make food production more than population. In fact, people are wasting foods in some areas in the world. What did human beings do? Because when red flags are flagged up, humanity will start looking for way out. And in that dispensation, when you narrow it down from humanity to personal level, from macroeconomic to microeconomic, you see the work of a people, the strive of a people is for them to move forward. How do they move forward? They'll start seeing the danger signal and start to see whether they can avert it. Just like somebody seeing physics on, first of all, you hear the smell, and then you see the physics. He will dodge it. But if he doesn't see it and doesn't smell it, first of all, smell it, he will match it. And that's a problem there. So the first thing humanity did was to create an avenue from implements, crude implements, which they used to farm. They moved up it and upscale it a bit to agricultural machine. They started using machine implements from crude implements. And from that, production was high, and I believe that was why even the slave trade was stopped, because the slaves were used for those crude kind of agriculture. And when modernization of agriculture came up, they don't have a need for those slaves and feeding them. So that was why I think that's helped those who were on human scale trying to stop slave trade, because there was no need of slaves anymore. And again, and as population was coming up, humanity started using humanity started to develop hybrids of seeds, both plant and animal, like broiler. In 6 weeks or 4 weeks, even we can see broiler, which supposed to broiler to gain a weight, stable weight, where you can market it, you can eat it. Like egg production, layers will produce a lot of eggs. Local under crude system, the highest a chicken will lay is close to 50. But nowadays you have layers laying just 50 a year in their life cycle. But this time around, you see them laying up to 300, 280 because of the yield. They started developing seeds and materials that can yield more food. And because of these experiences, this frustration humanity is supposed to get, they were able to convert it to fruitfulness. And that's when, okay, look at Nigeria. We have flood all over the places during the rainy season. Swallowing, drowning, overflooding, killing animals, killing human beings, killing plants, killing crash crops. And if the humanity in this country had converted that flood, and then during the dry season, there was no water, you had excess water, why not convert this excess water into a dry season farming, reticulate the water through artificial canal, through dams, and then use it throughout the year for agriculture during the dry season, for irrigation, for irrigating crops, for irrigating pastures, for animal grazing. We still have animal farmers herders clash till tomorrow. So what's the deal? What's the need? If these herders have enough grass for pastures being irrigated by all this water that has been overflowing the places, these herders farmers clash wouldn't have been in existence. You would have used it to irrigate crops, irrigate pastures. You would have used it for fishing. You would have used it for all manner of things, even transportation. Even transportation. They would have used it for transportation. They can even use it for tourism. But all this, but we are not developing the potential. You see, we are not unfolding our potentials. And these are the preamble, which is an introspection. And then when we move to the next stage, which is discovering hidden treasures in the dark, one cannot discover in the night. So I think the humanities has come in terms with thinking. Look at the information technology. When we move to the third point, I have often said that your poverty status is a reflection of your inability to think creatively. Is one. The second is that the purpose of every difficult time, which was flagged up by Malthus in 17th and 18th, end of 17th century and early 18th century, is to put up a demand on our creativity. You don't create under smooth environment where things are very smooth. It is when human beings are hard tasked, that's when they start seeing the creativity resolve in them. And in that situation, this creativity resolve is judgmental. Some people can take it up as an opportunity. Some people can take it as a threat. And I have said this several times, that threat can be a proven opportunity. Even your weakness can be your strength in disguise. Even your strength can even be your weakness. Even your opportunity can be your threat. So that's what we are discussing today. So if the purpose of every difficult time is to put a demand on our creativity, so the demand on our creativity is high when we have difficult situations. When creativity shows up and is acted upon, scarcity can be transformed into wealth. Look at Malthus predicted there will be scarcity of food, leading to hunger, disease, and pestilence, leading to explosion of epidemics, of death, fatality, of death, until people will come down, the population will come down where the food produced can sustain humanity. But that's not even the case, because people are thinking ahead of him because of the theory he was able to propagate. So if your business is not creating something new to meet your needs, then it is as good as you are no longer existing in such a business. If you have a business and you are seeing this business as today, you have not seen your business tomorrow, you are not seeing your business creating tomorrow out of the difficulty of today, making tomorrow smoother, then it is as good as you are no longer existing in business. So creativity is a star point in business development. And if you're not creative, your business will die. And our prayers is that for us to be creative and for us to be super creative, every challenging times, meeting up with the situation and plotting way out. And once you start plotting way out, and that is where creativity comes. Now, from there, we move to the last point, which is conclusion. Create to recreate, or you perish. Thanks for listening. So if there's any question, you can ask a question if you have any. We're supposed to have a hybrid. I don't know how many people online, because people didn't come up, didn't turn up. So from the other end, my co-managers, many of them didn't turn up. So any question I want to.
Creativity, you have been talking of creativity.
Yes.
Assuming I'm not naturally creative, I haven't listened to you now, I want to become creative. So how does one do you wake up and say I'm creative?
No. You see,
hitting on the word creativity,
yes.
Creativity, I think it's a tangible thing.
Yes. You know, creativity, everybody has his own IQ, intelligent quotient. Everybody has creative tenacity. The only thing, are you using your own? What? Are you using your own? What makes you create? It's not what makes another person create.
So if
are you
creativity is not transferable, so how does someone who is not naturally creative suddenly become creative?
No. You see, the dynamics of creativity cuts across everybody. Cuts across. The only thing is that, are you seeing it? Have you adapted yourself to seeing it the way it's supposed to be? And then have you adapted yourself that if this problem comes, this is where I'm going to manage it? And in humanity, problem comes. Problem comes in humanity. That's the thing. Problem comes in humanity. And as the problem are coming, how do you tackle your problem? It comes to you. It comes to everybody. Everything is just like lock and key. Everybody has his own problem. So don't tell me you don't have brain. Everybody has brain. We have seen people here who are not intelligent. When they cross some country because of some tools that aided them, they become intelligent. These people are naturally going to think that some environmental forces agree. But the only thing is that look at the environment. What are the problems? And one thing I forgot to say right here now is making a difference in what brings creativity. How do you make a difference? How do you see loopholes in the system? And how do you plug them? How do you plug them? So the loopholes in the system is judgmental. The reference point is judgmental. It's you that sees the way you see it. Another person can see it and wink his eyes. Another person can see it and wink his eyes. Another people can see it and start plotting what to do to come out of it. And how do they create the difference? And once you can, how do they make the difference? Create the difference to make something out of the difference. That's the word. And that's what innovations. And you cannot discuss creativity without discussing innovation. So you have to be innovative. As you are innovative, you are creative. And creativity comes from fertile mind. How do you put your mind so that you can? Some people read books. Some people watch some documentaries. Some people watch some documentaries. Some people teach themselves. Some people go to seminars. Some people go to areas where they can learn. Anything. You see, there's no end in learning. Anywhere there's something good to learn, go there. Okay, look at here now. It's supposed to be hybrid. Many people are supposed to be here. The other time they came here, they learned a lot. Better they ran away. But that's not the issue. But the luck I have is that it's going worldwide. So that's the thing. So how can you cannot stay and I always say you cannot be an indoor person and get an outdoor blessing. You can't be an indoor person and get out. Okay, look at some of our classmates who have never attended any conference. Where are they in the scheme of things today? It is only when you go there, like we were in Lagos, you're able to learn what people do to survive. You start surviving. What do they do to create? You start recreating, start using their own as baseline to create your own. But if you remain an institute personality, you just become that person. You cannot grow. Versatility is part of growth. So yes. Are you satisfied?
Yes, yeah, it is good that through that question I've been able to draw you to the nitty-gritty of the whole thing. Because when you keep hammering on the word creativity, it just becomes a word. But in answering this my question, you have been able to draw the issue to the real practical aspect of it. Because you can't just keep telling somebody be creative. It means nothing. If we get a point, it appears as it's an insult. But when you tell a person, don't stay in one place, move out, just as you have said now, it's when you go out that you're likely to see different things that can catch your interest, and then you see some solutions to your problem. That becomes an aspect of creativity. So when you say creative, then if you take that one, it becomes something tangible. When you have problem, don't dwell on the problems. Think of all sorts of possible solutions to it. Which of them can you address? Who can help you to address them? If you follow those ones, then you're being creative.
Amanti, do you know you have a neighbor at Ubolu who dug behind, when your flood comes from River Niger, or when it overflows, he dug a system behind his farm that swallows not less than 4,000 or 5,000 liters of water.
Yes.
That water would have overshot to destroy his farm. But he has stopped that water by creating that, by digging that ground.
Yes.
Yes. At the end of the day, that guy made millions of money from a problem. Because the fish, every cycle of 2 years of this flood coming, he has a lot of fish. But this is a fish he didn't farm because of his mindset. When we are saying that is that you cannot create when things are so smooth for you. You can't create. And that's why most of the empires left, business empires left, are dead today. Because the people who were left for did not work for it, did not know the nitty-gritty of it. Immediately they climb on it, they destroy it.
How did you know about that man?
Am I not Doctor? Am I not BBC? Am I not BBC?
Yes.
You call me BBC and you're asking me why do I know? We have intelligent. You see, what we do is we have intelligence.
Yeah.
We were the intelligent thing.
You can't just imagine how you got to know about that.
Well,
it's the man did it quietly. Yeah, he's just behind me, behind my farm. He's my neighbor. Yeah.
He made millions. He dug the ground. So when water was coming to the farm, it will enter the ground and stop.
What was the dimension as well?
No. It's not exactly like that.
Yeah.
He dug very big pits.
Pit, yes.
In the flood way.
Yeah.
Behind his farm.
Okay.
Very big. He used excavator.
Come and stay here. No? Come and stay here.
To excavate very big pits on a part of flood part road. So when flood is coming, carrying fishes either from the wild or from people's ponds, they settle in that place. And then when the flood goes, all the fishes that are there are trapped. So he harvests them year to year. I was even trying to tell him the audition that I've not even sat down with him a few times. It's not just, apart from just occasionally make effort to feed them. Because when you see they are all trapped and everywhere is dry, make effort to feed them. Because
has he told you that the fishes are hungry?
He leaves them there. Okay, the one you left since November last year, up till now, they are there. You are still selling. What it means is they are cannibalizing on one another. So the quantity you would have harvested will not be as much as what you would have harvested if you support to feed them once in a while. And they are in a natural environment, so it's not a must you buy commercial feed. You can put some organic materials.
Yeah, you see, the thing is right inside the pond, in natural pond, a lot of things. The algae are developing from photosynthesis, building up food, and then the fishes are eating the algae and then growing. Like you said, cannibalization, there are smaller animals like earthworms. So don't just go far. Earthworms. He has never seen any of the fish looking lean. No. That is even growing. But the bottom line has that mental mindset.
Yes,
to create something out of difficult situations. Yes. And the farm would have been swallowed, but the farm is not swallowed.
No. It's not that thing he created is not what prevents water from overtaking his farm. Okay, remember? Because that thing he created, despite that, the water overruns it and it enters his place. He is only lucky that he has some sections that are dry, upland, just the same topography with my farm.
Anyway, what we are saying,
the same topography
what we are saying is that
it covers up to 50% of my farm. The other 50% is dry. That's the same thing which is. So me that if even do such a thing, it's the same water problem, flood problem I experienced that he also experiences in the own section. Okay. That thing he did is to benefit in the sense that it's a free fund out of nothing, out of a disaster.
The thing is that you can create.
It's not that the pitch is so big as to reduce the volume of water.
No, but what we are trying to say, what we are trying to say in the country, you can reticulate water. There is no volume of water you cannot reticulate. Inland waterway, can create an inland waterway. You create it, Holland is below the sea level. But all the water coming in, they have to channel. That's why when you enter Amsterdam, you have a lot of waterways. Sheep are coming inside the city through waterways from the sea. And some of them, they are throwing them back through pump. They're pumping them back into the system. So what I'm saying is that if we reticulate our water in this country through innovation, through creativity, you have enough water for fishing, you have enough water to irrigating for your crops, for the pastures the animals are eating during the dry season. You have enough water for dry season farming. You have enough water for you have enough water for tourism. You know, you have enough water for transportation. Inland waterway for transportation. I told you that big ships are coming from the sea into Amsterdam because of the water they were able to channel into Amsterdam and channel out. And as you are channeling water in, you are channeling out. You are reducing the volume of water. You are recycling water. But here we are, we don't have enough water to even get our agriculture going during the dry season. And during the rainy season, we're overflooded, killing people, taking a wild animal to people's houses, taking diseases to people.
You're right. But
Okay,
let them.
that's you know, that what I'm saying about your own is just a side to back up what I'm saying. So that one with creativity, we can create. Humanity is creative. Okay, how about if Malthus, they allow Malthus theory to come into fruition? It would have been a disaster. But now you have seeds that yield so much. 1 hectare of land can give you about 20 tons of maize. We have fertilizers. We have other things man has put in place to stop hunger. The problem is that if you have a red flag, you have a red signal, or you have a sheet, which I'm saying the physics, because if you only have the smell, you try to dodge it. And that's where innovation comes. But innovation and creativity comes from a very fertile mind. And fertile mind is the brain to reason, discuss. And once you have a problem in a system, once you have problem in a system, solving the problem will give you money. Solving the problem will give you peace of mind.
There is something I actually wanted to
please add, because I want to stop this.
Add to this, because you know, one thing is that a lot of people tend to always, especially newbies, they tend to always like, where do I start to become creative? I know you touched on that a little bit. But it comes to my mind that most times people don't understand that by doing the normal things, by doing deliberately doing the normal things, the best way it can be done. That in the midst of doing that, ideas begin to flow in.
That's it. So you cannot stay in your house. That's why I say you don't stay. You cannot be an indoor person. You can't be an indoor person and get an outdoor blessing. You are an indoor. You want air out from outside, wind from outside to blow in on you. No, you need to come out. You need to reason. You can inside your house reasoning. This is I'm saying this in literary parlance. You can be reasoning. As you are reasoning, thoughts are coming up. Do you know how much I have made for reasoning, forming a hybrid or forming a meeting with my colleagues and sitting down and they come and pick my products and buy? Because of some innovation, some content, some driving content which they need to survive. That is the simplicity of it. It's not in me. If you do it in this age, you are dead on arrival.
Okay, then sir, another thing I also want to maybe add for the benefit of the whole of people is how to fuel your creative energy. Why you know you're creative, you're doing it already. Yeah. What steps do you take to keep fueling your creative energy while you're in it, in this midst of all the challenges and all of that?
You see, the thing is that challenges must surely come. Anything you come into, just like you, one where they are teaching us public health in what do you call it? In veterinary medicine. They told you about what do they say, Amanto? About the problem, challenges you are going to have. You have. There's one form of this occupational hazard.
Okay.
The same thing. Everything you do, it has its hazards. But do you throw yourself to the hazard? No. You throw yourself to the hazard. There are things you do to prevent those hazards. A microbiologist who is in the lab dealing with all manner of viruses and bacteria has to cover himself or herself. That's where protection comes. So every hazard that comes your way, in literary terms, you have to protect yourself. Your challenges, look, you can have a big challenge. When I started my private practice, I didn't jump into importation, but I knew one time I'll pay to importation. How do I cascade to importation? It becomes a gradual process that took me from 1987 to 1991. 4 good years. What things to bring in, I know. The marketing, I know. And the only thing that is position yourself where you see things. I remember I used service. People were positioning themselves where they would pay them 400 naira those days. I positioned myself where I was paid 115 naira extra. But in terms of skill acquisition, I think I got some skills in marketing. But in terms of money, I didn't get anything. Highly poorly paid. But experience, I got experience. And that's what is taking me to tomorrow. So the man who said he was going to, I used to go to his house. I used to go to congratulate him for helping me. If he has spoiled me, I wouldn't have been what I am today. So make sure that as early as possible, when you are put in a task, try to put in a task where you are taskful, and not where you dodge work. And then you dodge private sector, you serve private sector, you work. But the thing is that you are trained to see this tomorrow, not even tomorrow. So that's it. So it's